Today we're going to talk about planning the bedrooms, how the layout will be, and what we're going to do in each of them.
From abandoned house, that's the big mission.
Just recently you saw how we organized the whole storage room, the entire exterior area, and moved everything that was in the rooms to leave them empty. And that way we could continue. Since the bathroom is actually pretty far along, in fact there isn't much left to do, we just need to install the cabinet, the shower screen, and a few other little things. So finally we can start with the bedrooms, which we're really excited about. We're going to start with the first one, which would be this bedroom. We've already given names to all of them actually. This one we've named Denpasar, and later I'll tell you the names of the other rooms. Also, we've measured each of the walls to figure out the square meters. What will the dimensions be for each of the things we're going to be placing? Alright, so here we would have the door that leads into the bedroom, which won't be the final door, but this one will give access to the hallway. As you know, we're going to build a wall here. All of this area where I am right now going forward, all of this will be a wall to create a separation between this hallway and the bedroom. Why? There's a door over there that leads outside. Mom, stand in that corner if you want to see everything. This door gives us access to the outside, and it's the only door that leads to the back. We have one that leads to the front, and the only one that goes to the back is this one. Therefore, if we had this door inside the room, we would lose a lot of privacy in this bedroom, so we had to reduce the size of this bedroom. Not by much though. Now I'll tell you exactly. It's been 85 centimeters. That means this hallway is going to be 85 centimeters. And this reduction of space is basically to gain privacy for the bedroom, so you can go outside without having to cross any bedroom. I'm back at the entrance. The wall goes here, and the door will be at the end. That is, right here, just next to the door to go outside, we'll find the door. To enter the bedroom, you'll open it and go into your bedroom, which will be a bedroom with two little beds. Therefore, we'll place one bed in this corner here, and the other bed we'll place in this corner here. This wall, from end to end, let's say, up to the new one we're going to create, is 275. So, it's quite big. In width, this bedroom is 285. Therefore, if we place a 90 centimeter bed and another 90 centimeter bed, which in principle both will have a storage base, we would have about 80 centimeters of space in the middle, which is quite a lot. It's almost a meter. We're talking about maybe all of this space. All this space is for walking through. It's pretty big, so very good. I think it's more than enough space. Where is the closet going to go? To show you the closet, I need you, Mom, to stand in the entryway area. Since it's a square, we have to go around like in a circle. The closet. Listen, wait, I'm thinking right now. Because we've already ordered the windows. We'll change all the windows, but this window will open like this. Just a single pane opening. The closet will go here and should have a sliding door, otherwise it'll be a hassle, right? Like boom, boom, boom. This is going to be a bit of a pain. One of the reasons I wanted to record this video is because I often read comments with really great ideas. But since I've already done it, I can't take advantage of them. I decided to explain everything, including the layout and all the details. And that way, if you make suggestions, I can take them into account before carrying them out. So this video is perfect for me, not only to show you how I want to do everything, but also so you can give me ideas. So if anything comes to mind with this, that would be great. The thing is, I was just thinking, well, we could change the door and have it open from over there, but no, in fact, we've made the door so that it opens from here. You can access it from this side, because there will be a little hallway here, since the beds will be against that wall. So we need to make use of this hallway. So here, well, there's not much we can do, just have a closet or maybe one with a sliding door. The main idea was this, but if we all come up with something better together, that would be great. So, what are we doing here? We'll have the two small storage beds as I mentioned. Here, we'll add a nice wall covering, which you've probably seen in a previous video since I've shown it a few times. It kind of looks like wood and it turns out amazing. But also what I like is that it will be backlit. I'll probably put a plasterboard panel over the covering to add lighting on the sides so that the covering is illuminated. I wasn't sure whether to put it facing out or facing in, but I think it'll look nicer facing in. And that way the bed will fit right inside, in that space. That's kind of the idea. Then there will be a little table here in between and not much else. Well, not much. As if that wasn't enough, besides changing the window, we have quite a few things to do since this is the only one here. No. There are 2 rooms where the ceiling Loli audiovisual is.
She told me about the ceiling, so I'm focusing on the ceiling.
Both this and the second bedroom ceiling. We still have to smooth it out. I mean, we have the joint done, but we still need to apply the final plaster. It's some work. That's how it is. These rooms have a slight textured finish. You can see it. Your mom, don't worry about those things because later, with editing, I'll record it separately and add it on top. I got lost. We'll smooth the walls. Not this one, since drywall will go up. Not that one either, as we'll make it new. We'll also smooth the ceiling. See how that part is down there? We'll need to fix it. Yes, this wall had a lot of dampness, so if we leave it covered, that's much better, because fixing that would have been a real hassle. Although that whole wall too. In this bedroom area, some of the walls are kind of so-so. Oh well, we'll have to work a bit more than usual. Then we'll put in the floor almost at the very end, obviously, before putting in the beds and everything else. And once the ceiling, floor, walls, window and furniture are done, this room will be finished. Basically, if I'm not forgetting anything, I think that's it. Okay, let's move on to the second room, which is the smallest one. I didn't mention the square meters of this one. This room is 7.8 square meters, and the next one we're going to see is the bedroom. What was it called? Oh, we'll put the names on the doors, because honestly, we never remember, so I think it was... No. Tuka, does it matter? Here I'll leave you the name of the first one and the name of the second one. Let's go to the second one. Okay, so coming out of this bedroom, from the hallway actually, because this already belongs to the hallway. The materials it's made of allow for good air circulation and prevent heat, keeping a pleasant temperature throughout the night. Now we're going to put the covers on. And honestly, the covers are amazing. They're completely waterproof. And now the pillows. Wow, what a pillow. Mother?
Look, open it. Let's see the zipper a bit. Wow. Hey, that's funny, isn't it?
That one looks nice and comfortable, huh?
It has a removable machine washable cover, so we can just throw it into wash. We already have this one too. And in 5 or 6 hours, we'll try it out. Well, it's been more than 6 hours now, so we're going to put it to the test. Honestly, I've really been looking forward to it, my mom too. Shoes off. Oh, this looks really good.
Oh, wow! Living the good life, huh?
Totally, wow. And the pillow? Oh my god.
I'm just going to stay here, all snuggled up. And here I am.
Yeah, let's try these. Honestly, I haven't shown you this bedroom in a long time. That one shows up a lot because the lighting is good. The light looks nice. Yeah, haha, that bedroom. We go there a lot because we often have to get tools. We used to go there mainly because the tools were there. But I've pretty much neglected this one. I haven't shown it to you in a while. We haven't made much progress either. In fact, it's almost worse than before. Honestly, my dad had to handle the electrical installation you see here. It's all new. The wall is more damaged than ever. Poor thing. All the walls are going to be plastered to smooth out the texture, except for this one here, because it's so damaged. Dust? We're going to put drywall on it. First, we'll plaster over the most damaged areas, and then we'll go ahead and attach the drywall directly. Because fixing this, it would be a lot of work. This room is a total of 2 meters 20. It's 2.2 meters long and 3.25 wide. It's a good room. The last one was 7 by 8. And this one is 7.15. Is that enough to do what we're going to do? Which is basically to put a trundle bed here. In fact, the trundle bed will be about the same size as this box we have here, maybe just a little bigger. We're going to put the bed here because it looks better aesthetically. It's more practical, more comfortable, and so on. We're also going to use that structure over there and extend it slightly. We'll put the cables in here, and we're also going to make the air outlet duct through conduits. That means the air conditioning in all the bedrooms will come from here. Boom! From the top part of the rooms above the door. We're going to make the duct so that air can come in, both cold and hot, and on the opposite side, that is over here, we'll make the outlet. Because as my father said, the more distance there is, the more it will force the air to go through the room. And whether it's cold or hot, it will help the room adjust to the temperature. However, sometimes what people do is put them side by side. And this, well, as I was told, wasn't as efficient because it didn't distribute throughout the room. This way, by placing them on opposite sides, you force the air to move throughout the entire room. In fact, in that room they haven't specified where the outlet duct and the inlet duct go, just like here, but the outlet is here.
But no, the closet is there.
Yes, but we're going to extend this pillar a little more, and here we're going to make the exhaust duct. That means this will be a little wider here, and the closet won't be able to go against the wall either. Since there's a pillar here, we'll use this outlet. Let's continue. Here is a small bed. Nido will do a little more of that. The air outlet, smoothing all the walls, smoothing the ceiling. It's the same as in that other room, and we'll change the window. That's in every room. The next thing is to change the windows for ones with double glazing and so on. Here, well, the idea was to put a little table and so on, but I don't know how well it will fit. Because the idea is that this little bed, which will be a trundle, will extend up to 1.80 meters. This extension will leave just a walkway. You'll be able to walk through here with just 30 centimeters, which isn't much space. So either we put a little shelf here to use as a nightstand or an actual nightstand. It's going to be very tight, it's going to be very cramped, and I don't know, it'll be complicated. Some are 1 meter, others 90 centimeters. The plan is to use the 90 centimeter one to save space. Anyway, we still need to choose which bed it will be. Back here, I'm still not sure, honestly. Over there, I already know what will go, like the simulated wood and everything. But here, I don't know. Just leaving it white, I think it looks a bit dull. But since this part sticks out, it would be perfect to put, I don't know, some wallpaper, some kind of nice covering so it stands out and looks nice. I'd love to, well, since this does this, light up the side with a little indirect light like this, it could look cool. As I said, this is yet to be decided. We're still unsure about the headboard. Of course, we also have to think a little about the style we're giving the house, kind of Balinese and all that. We want all the rooms to have natural touches. In fact, that one will have wood imitation, that one will have stone, and this one should really be in tune with that. But of course, if it's not wood and it's not stone, well, I don't know. We need to think about it some more. Let's see, the closet will go around here. At first we said it would be 320 long. Therefore, the bed 2 meters long would be around here more or less, and we'll have enough space left to put a really big closet here. If it doesn't fit, the light could go here. The closet, instead of here, could go over there. But well, it depends on the available space. Basically, if it's 325 and the bed is 2 meters, we have 125 left for the closet, which is big. So maybe it's better for us to have it here, right? Well, maybe you would come in here and see the little bed and the closet like in the apartment. Yeah, I think it's a good change. Let's go to the third room. I actually remember the name of this one, and it's called Jimbarán. Let's move on to the next one, which is the last of the 3 rooms, the Jimbarán. I left the measurements in the other room. This is the one with the most things in the way, as you can see, but we've left them because they're made of glass. Anyway, they're more delicate and we don't really dare to move them around too much. So this is the screen, and behind it I have the paneling that's gonna go in the first bedroom. Wow, I'm super lit up, right? Wow, am I going to go blind? This bedroom has these dimensions. It's 278 wide and 425 long for a total of 11.8 square meters of bedroom. We're going to try to make the most of it. I'll leave it here. As I explained to you, the air duct comes through here, and on the opposite side will be the air outlet. On this wall, well, we already have it pretty much finished actually, this bedroom. The key is to put drywall here, since the other side has the same damaged wall. We'll install drywall on this side too. I don't know what's wrong with this wall, it's so damaged, it's all cracked, really ugly. So it's going to take us a long time to fix it, and it's not worth it. The good part is that we have a smooth ceiling. We didn't have it, so we did it ourselves. But you did this one and it turned out great. One last thin coat and then we'll have it ready. And if you look here, we have 4 light fixtures, so the lighting here is also really advanced. In fact, it's finished, so to speak. We also have a spot in the middle to put a fan because most likely we'll put a fan in every room. Since there are a lot of people who don't like air conditioning, at night I prefer a fan. So, well, I, for example, am one of them. Yvonne feels exactly the same way. Luckily, we're the same and we don't argue about that. Air conditioning refers to us. You too? Now there are 3 of us. I don't even like having it in the car, but there's no alternative. There's no fan in the car, but I would much rather have a fan than air conditioning. So here, we'll put fans in every room. That's why we have 1 more outlet there. And then the 4 outlets for the lighting. We're not only going to light up the upper part, but there will also be other lighting over there. Now I'll tell you the next thing we'll do. Well, one of the first things we'll do in this room is make a change. This window is very old, a lot of cold air comes in, and well, it's in bad shape. We're going to replace it just like in the rest of the bedrooms. In this room, we'll add a 1.50 m wide bed. It fits perfectly with the available space. We've mentioned that the 1.50 m bed works well here. We have enough space left for the nightstands, but actually there won't be any nightstands. But we still have about 70 centimeters of space to get into the bed, so there's plenty of room to move around comfortably. What are we going to do with the headboard? This is the room that's going to look the most spectacular. Well, that's our idea, since if we ever finish this house, it could be for wedding rentals. Well, not a big wedding, but those typical weddings with just a small number of your family or friends, such as small weddings, birthdays, and similar celebrations. So we wanted a room where we could take some nice pictures, right? If there's a photographer, then you're there posing in your bedroom in a luxurious way. So this is the chosen room, obviously because of its size. What are we going to do here to make it more impressive? Well, for me, it's impressive, maybe not for everyone else, but I think it could look really nice. And since it's not going to be an arch, and it's an arch that's going to come through here and will be cut off here, it will be right above the headboard. The wall is going to stick out a little bit. In fact, it's going to stick out up to here, where we have a column, and we're going to use this column to build the new wall. That is, this whole section is going to come outwards. This arch is going to have natural stone on the inside, then we'll add the grout, and finally we'll do the necessary finishing touches. Honestly, I don't know how difficult it's going to be because the kitchen arch wasn't very difficult, but it wasn't super easy either. It's even more complicated here since it doesn't reach the floor, but we have to do it fully and straight. So, well, I'll keep explaining to you how the experience of making a semi-arch or a hemisphere goes. I don't know, well, whatever it is we're going to do here. The stone will be backlit because I want to put an LED strip inside to light up the stone. And since we're going to move the wall forward a bit, we're going to embed the 2 nightstands. There will be a nightstand here and another here, both recessed, so nothing sticks out. I've seen this type of nightstand many times and I think they're very pretty, very stylish, and very easy to clean. The design looks very clean and very minimalist. So I would like this room to have that kind of nightstands. I might add a small wooden shelf later to keep the drywall clean since it could get messy. Just a simple wooden shelf with epoxy. And we have a nightstand.
It would be like a small night table.
Exactly, a little nightstand. This wall, since it will really stand out with the stone, the lighting, the little tables and all that, will probably be painted white. And that's it, because everything else will stand out. The idea is to put in a bed base. Actually, we use bed bases. Besides, you can store things inside, and when it comes to putting in blankets and so on, it's very convenient. Also, I like how it looks aesthetically. I mean, I like everything to look closed off so you don't see the bed frame legs sticking out. And that's basically the concept. Then, to turn the lights on and off and everything, and the closet will have to go over here. That was also a bit of a debate. Whether we would put it here or over there, I think I remember we said we would put it here, on this side. I don't think it's a bad idea for it to go on this wall. I'm not sure if it'll be too tight space-wise. Actually, there's quite a bit of space and quite a bit of distance, but if we put the closet here, maybe it'll block too much light if we put it here. What doesn't quite convince me is that you enter through this door and immediately see this large piece of furniture. I don't know, I'm just not sure about it, so the closet's location is still undecided, whether it should go there or here. The closet will be on one of these 2 walls. We'll change the door, paint the rest of the walls, add a fan, some light fixtures, and basically this room would be ready too. This is our plan. Any ideas, suggestions, anything at all, leave it for us in the comments. It will always be very welcome. And now we just need to get started, which is what we like the most. Although sometimes it gets a bit tough, when you start seeing the results, obviously it motivates you and you want to see more. So, well, I hope I explained myself, that it was clear, and I'll see you very soon in upcoming transformations. See you soon.